Vault Secret is brought to you by Zune Art's new graphic novel, The Lost Ones. Hey guys, welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
Pete here.
And we are going to have a Wildstorm World's End spectacular for you guys. A couple of Newsarama sneak reviews for you. The Authority #1, Gen 13 #21, and Stormwatch #13. So let's get right into it. Let's talk first. World's End. What do you think about this event that Wildstorm is doing?
It's great because the Wildstorm has been kind of mishandled a little bit, I feel like.
Not a little bit, like a huge bit.
A huge bit.
Yeah,
and this is a great way to bring in old readers and kind of open it up to new readers.
I definitely agree.
And I find it interesting that kind of the Ultimate Universe is doing a very similar thing.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, right. We don't know
they
that.
are. So let's get into the first issue, Authority #1. How'd you feel this went for you guys?
I think it was a great kind of relaunching, like you were saying, a first issue that was solid. You got on board, you understood what was going on. Some great kind of action and then some touching moments. Yeah, it was great. I mean, Midnighter, you know, it was really cool. I would highly recommend this book. It's awesome.
This was my favorite of the three. Definitely, the writing is really interesting, really original, and I have never been a big Authority guy. I consider myself the Authority, and so I don't even read other examples of that. I'm a jerk. Here's the thing, though. This is really good, though. I like the characters.
Yeah.
And
This was my favorite issue of the week. I actually am a big Authority fan, and I feel like what Abnett and Lanning
Did you mean me or the book?
I meant the book, but also a big fan of yours and Pete's.
He's not an Authority on anything.
He is.
Yeah,
some stuff.
true.
This is
Not a big
incredible,
fan.
and this book is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know, I think we'll talk a little bit more about the other books, obviously, but this here, you feel how big this event is for the first time.
Yeah.
That you have the Authority, that their whole mission is we are, you know, essentially a group of all Superman. That's what they are. Every single one is as powerful as Superman. And that they have been brought to their absolute lowest point is heartbreaking. The moment you're talking about with Midnighter and Apollo, oh my God, so awful. Abnett and Lanning, in my book right now, can do no wrong.
Yeah. Wow. I agree with you. And it'll be interesting to see how they play out this World's End thing. If they can stick to it, I think it's a great way to relaunch their whole
Well, let's move on and talk about Gen 13 #21. What do you guys think about this issue?
This was my least favorite out of the three. I just felt like there was so much going on that I was kind of like, a little confused about it a little bit. I felt like, there's obviously, when the world ends, there's a lot going on, so it's a little confusing. So I can understand that, but it was tough for me to really play catch up and get on board with it. I felt like I was a little lost. But that being said, I still feel like it's a solid book.
That's why, you look specifically at the numbering. The Authority is a #1. This Gen 13 issue is a #21, so it's picking up essentially right where 20 left off.
Yeah.
But
I understand how the numbers work. Thanks, though. I appreciate
all
that.
I'm saying is I don't think you understand that 21 is after 20.
Yeah, that's your
you're
real
right.
problem.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it.
Got caught up in a countdown. This is actually, most comics count upwards. I know you're a big fan of Countdown.
Yeah, very much.
I like this because it comes at the World's End from a totally different way, and in a way where it serves the characters and the feeling of Gen 13 that came before, but also being like, no, they're a very important part of this.
I agree with both of you. I think Pete is absolutely right that it was very tough to get into this at first, but I also agree with you that it serves the characters best, and as opposed to every single other issue in this is like, well, we're a powerful super team. We screwed up. Let's get people food and medicine. Is essentially what they're doing with the other things of the World's End. This does it in a way, as you're saying, applicable to Gen 13. Would you say pick it up?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's. I like the continuity of everything happening, so I feel like you definitely got
the continuity is very tight in these books, and I would definitely say pick it up.
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
Let's move on and talk about Stormwatch #13. How'd you feel about this?
Well, this one.
Also to mention, this isn't coming out for a couple of weeks, so look for it, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Let's find out if you should look for it.
I also like this. I mean, they're set up. They're occupying a different part of the universe, kind of, in this crossover, which I think is so smart. This is obviously a crossover that's been well thought out, and they're creating something kind of nice in that way. And this, I think, definitely fits. I'm interested, and I would say definitely pick it up.
Yeah, I liked it better than Gen 13, definitely, and I felt like, again, this was a little easier to get on board and to feel the weight of what's happening. I felt like the art and the writing, obviously, it was just fantastic and helped with that, but I felt like this was a solid issue.
This was my least favorite of the World's End event, actually, and mainly because it felt the most glib to me. The other ones are dealing with the Armageddon, and this one, you know, not to spoil anything, but they're in a slightly better situation. So because of that, it feels more
They
like
still have cable.
yeah, they
stuff
still
like
got
that.
cable. Their phone bill is paid up, so they're all
Yeah.
good there.
A bunch of Cheetos.
Spoiler, their phone bill is paid up. But
So you
it
feel
just
like-
it doesn't feel. I agree with you that I appreciate the fact that it's existing in its own little niche in the universe. But at the same time, it feels like not as quite as essential as the other titles.
That may be
So
true.
you're saying if your phone bill's paid, the end of the world really isn't happening?
Well, it's just not
Yeah.
as big of a deal because then you can make a phone call to whoever.
Yeah, like if I saw over the horizon there was a nuclear wake coming
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
me, I'd be like, very quickly writing out a check. I would put it in the mail, and I'd be like, bring it up.
That's
Great.
Yeah. So what do you think? Event as a whole, pretty good.
Great.
Successful, and it's
Yeah.
just the very beginning. If you've ever liked the Wildstorm universe,
We're thought
give this
about
a
getting
look.
on board. Yeah, now is
Because
the
I
time.
feel like with all these characters, they were very popular for a while, and then people kind of.
I have to say, I think I was a little hard on the first issue that you guys both like the Wildcats, but I am much more on board after reading these three. And I've never really been into the Wildstorm universe, but I like this a lot.
Well, welcome.
Pleasure to have you here.
I will always keep the phone bill paid up.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
Cool. Stay tuned after the break because we're going to have a speed round and a viewer
that's a
mail.
nice
And
idea.
also, we're going to announce who won a brand new Zune. We are not pointing to a Zune right now, but you will see who won a Zune. Goodbye.
But come back.
Zune Arts presents a graphic novel from Steve Niles, author of 30 Days of Night, featuring the artwork of Dr. Revolt, Morning Breath, Kimmy Buzelli, Gary Panter. One epic story told by 5 groundbreaking artists. The Lost Ones. Read it now at zunearts.net.
Hey guys, welcome back to the stack. As promised, we're going to get right into our Zune winners. Of course, we
Yep.
have a bunch of copies of this.
Yeah, Lost
The
Ones.
Physical, actual copies, 4 different
Physical
collectible
manifestation.
covers. 10 of you have won that, so look for emails from us letting you know. We unfortunately
Still a
can't read
surprise.
every email, but we are
Couldn't
going-
read 10 emails on this. That's crazy. We have important things to talk about.
I have to
My
pay
pants are
phone
on.
bill.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going on, but we are going to announce the winner of the brand new Zune media player, which is very exciting. The winner is username Career Joe. Congratulations, and I'm going to read your letter for you guys. Hey guys, what a great time to ask if I would like to win a new Zune. Here's my story. Me and some friends drove approximately 17 hours to Thunder Bay.
Yeah, Thunder Bay.
In Canada for a good friend's wedding. We ended up staying at a friend's house. I don't know what that means.
What's that about?
Means there's a
huh?
sexual relationship.
What's
there.
going on?
That's when you
And
say
in turn
friends.
took care of their dog.
Oh, sexual
Wait,
relationship
no,
with a
dogs
dog.
wasn't in quotes. It's an actual
Yeah,
dog.
but I'm putting it there because we know what's going on.
Sexual relationship
To
with a dog.
the 5 days we were there while they were away. When all is said and done, by the end of the weekend, the dog had ripped open my bag and turned my Zune into a chew toy.
Breakup.
This would be so awesome if things worked out for me. After the trip and the wedding gift, I'd go deep broke for a while, and the friend
Sexy.
in Thunder Bay is not reimbursing me at all.
What's up, friend in
Oh,
Thunder
that's
Bay?
not
That's
unbelievable.
rude.
Oh, okay, so they weren't actually a
Friend means enemy, not sexual friend.
Nice. Well, sometimes your enemy is
I
your
think you
sexual
guys are reading
friend.
into
Don't
that
I
a
know
bit.
it?
Nice. Well,
I think it's
congratulations.
friend because he's not a friend anymore after
Yeah, that's
they
what we
did
were saying.
Yeah, well, he was dropping the sexual innuendos.
I wasn't. I was picking it up.
Anyway, congratulations,
Are you
Career
feeling
Joe.
me?
Please send us your full address to tips@pulpsecret.com, and we will email you back a Zune.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
not true, but we will send it one. Please send
we
your
will
mailing
send it
address.
to
And
you.
thank you to everybody who entered.
Yeah, there was really a
enormous
lot of great
response to this.
stuff.
We went through every single one of your comments, and they were all awesome.
And I know we promised Brad was going to win the Zune, but
Yeah.
sorry, Brad. In your
All right,
Tom
face.
was
it
a
is
close second.
time for a speed round. So Pete, kick it off.
Speed round! Oko #1, probably not saying that right, but written and drawn by Hub. Awesome first issue, really cool, old school kind of samurai action adventure, but not your typical, really kind of story-oriented team-up. It's well done, well written, very exciting.
Don't take this as an insult, Hub, but that could be completely made up, and I would have no idea. Oko by Hub. That's very.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you make up stuff all the time.
Do you know what? I bet Hub is like Justin sounds like a ridiculous name.
Yeah!
All right, Cable number 6. I am so surprised that I love this series as much as I do. And in this issue, it's a little bit of departure, focusing on Scott Summers, but they do some really fun, nice stuff with the art that I really liked a lot. Definitely pick it up.
Eternals number 3. This series is so rich, so dense, and the art is so fantastic. I love it. Don't be afraid if you don't understand what's going on. I think it's all going to pan out. Pick it up.
The Killer number 7. Wow, the art and the writing on this are just fantastic. Kind of the story of a guy who used to kill and is trying to make his way and do right, especially by his new lady friend. Hopefully it'll work out for him.
The Boys, number 21. I mentioned that with the last issue, the series is really back on track. It continues to be back on track, and this issue, in fact, is rather heartbreaking. Pick it up. Oh. Now we are going to move on with a viewer mail from you guys. Clark writes in, have you ever been wrong about one of your sacred comic cows being reimagined or changed? He's talking, of course, about things like the Joker in The Dark Knight recently being a very different Joker in a certain way from the comics. Or, say, the X-Men costumes. Do you guys have any thoughts
Or is he
on that?
talking about cows? Actual comic cows?
No, I think he's talking about what I said, but let's treat it as if he's talking about cows, Pete.
Okay. Well, I really do agree with the Joker situation. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed the Joker being so dark and so chaotic, and how well that really worked with the new Batman. Like, that was definitely the darkest Joker I've ever seen on screen or in the books. But
I don't know, Cesar Romero?
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah, but I mean, it was definitely like one of those things where I didn't realize how much I would like it until I saw it.
Well, I think, it's all changing because now I think movies are trying to be more faithful to comic books because they realize the more changes they make, it's less likely they're going to lose the comic base, and that's such a vocal.
Like the new Punisher movie, which is going to be fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say something like Spidey's organic web shooters in the movies. There's actually two parts of this. One, I love the organic web shooters in the movies because it completely works with what they were building there and with the building with the metaphor. That being said, I wasn't that crazy when they used it in the comic book.
Right, because they flipped it.
Yeah, because it was like a reverse cow.
On Spider-Man, nice. On Spider-Man, talking about Spider-Man movies as well, I was so excited to have Sandman in the movie, and then I just feel like they forced him into the script and then mismanaged the character.
And then when he turned into like sand and flew away, that was ridiculous. I was like, oh, thanks
I
for
wish I
ruining
could
that.
turn into sand and fly away.
Me too.
Wow. Guys, these cows are important. They're sacred.
All right, well, what do you guys think? Let us know. If you have a question, you can write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com or check us out at youtube.com/comicbookclub. And you can upload your video responses on YouTube or comment right here below. And if you're ever in New York City, come visit us every Tuesday night.
Come on down!
At 8 p.m. at Comic Book Club. Our live show, we will see you guys next time.